Hey, so I thought you might be getting sick of my face again, and what I decided to do instead of just a normal vlog today is I'll tell you a story about my freshman year in high school and include drawings. It's vlog every day in April. I'm gonna vlog every day in April. So when I was in 9th grade, I had a small group of friends who I'd been friends with since elementary school. As an aside, one of those friends was Hannah, and Hannah had been my friend for the longest out of the group. We were really different. She was very active and energetic, where I was very calm and studious. But still, we were really close. We hung out a lot, and when we did, we ran around and did tons of stuff that I didn't like. But because it was with Hannah, I had a blast. Hannah isn't part of this story. She was just part of that group. But she was also somehow outside of that group. And when she moved away at the end of freshman year, I stopped being in that group of friends altogether. Anyway, back to the story. So freshman year, I had a group of friends, but I was also really lonely. On the weekends, I would call up my friends to see if they wanted to hang out. But they would always be busy, already hanging out with one another. After I spent a lot of weekends crying, my mother suggested that I try being preemptive. So I set my phone's calendar to alert me twice a month. The idea was that I would be reminded on, say, Wednesday to ask someone if they wanted to hang out on Saturday. Not just anyone, though. Carlee. Carlee was, other than Hannah, my favorite person in the group. I called her Butterfly and she called me Bee. I'd write her notes in class and help her with her chemistry homework. We were pretty good friends, and we stayed pretty good friends throughout all of high school. I just didn't get to hang out with her enough. So freshman year, I also had this really scary science teacher. Her hair was frizzed out with anger, and her eyes would bug out of her face. Retrospectively, she probably wasn't that bad. But this is my story, not hers. So in it, she was strict, mean, and scary. I think she liked writing kids up, particularly for having cell phones. One day, in science, we broke into groups. As another aside, I hate group work. Anyway, so one of my group members asks our scary science teacher a question, and so she's standing right by us talking when my phone turns itself on and starts ringing to remind me to ask Carlee if she wanted to hang out that weekend. I about shit myself from fear. But my group just kept straight faces, and somehow my scary science teacher didn't notice the ringing. When she finished her explanation, I excused myself to the bathroom and turned off my phone. I don't really know why I told you this story, but maybe it's this. When I was a freshman in high school, I set alarms that went off at inopportune times because I didn't want to be lonely. And that wasn't all. I bought people cookies and helped them with math and chemistry homework. I wrote them notes and threw themed parties. And then, in the end, I was still lonely. The end.